YouTube, this your boy the Choco Bay, y'all. This is gonna be a quick video, as you already know. Now, y'all know how I get fixated on stuff. Y'all boy get fixated on stuff. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's a great show. I wish I would have watched it earlier prior, but I did not. So I'm catching up. I saw the reunion, then I went back and just binge watching a lot of the episodes, the seasons, to try to get caught up on a lot of stuff. But the reunion was probably about 2 weeks ago, and it was very fascinating. The women came out. They looked at pizzazz. I was so glad for Kimmy. Kimmy looked it splendid. Kimmy looked it beautiful. The men looked it well as well. Baby Martell looked like his suit was painted on him. And it was so tight. I was like, baby Martell, baby, breathe. Can you breathe? Like some of the things that they wore, they were so tight. It's like you couldn't even sit up properly. You were just slouching. It was nice, but Martell, his gear was like, I was like, baby, it's nice, but it's tight. The guys looked nice, but Melody, she did it, baby. She was like, she was going to marching with Beyonce, baby, the Renaissance. It was nice. I adored it. I thought it was a very, very beautiful look. Amazing. And my thing is, even watching the past reunion, Melody loves silver. Like before, I think the first or second reunion, she wore black with a little silver. Then last reunion, she wore the little silver thing. I almost resemble like a Beyonce costume where like these things were covering the breast area and it was silver, like a two-piece type of thing. And then this type of get was like silver as well. So I think her color is silver. She loves silver. Kimmy, like I mentioned, Kimmy looked beautiful. My girl Stormy, baby, baby Stormy, I adore you at Courtney, but baby, I just wasn't going. You look like you was going to baby a competition, a pageant, or a judge at a pageant. I did not like it. Pepto Bismol, baby. I just did not like it. And I adore Stormy. I adore Stormy. Out of all the people I would hang with, fuck with, Stormy would be the one. She's around my age range. I adore Stormy. I like her, but I did not like what you and Courtney wore to the reunion. It was a no bueno for me, baby, no. We then started off where they were talking to Tisha and Stormy. Now, Tisha came out with her and her daughters came out with the hair care line. It's called Macy and Mila. And Stormy, see, the thing is, I thought Stormy and Tisha was cool, but things happen, friction with a lot of these people, a lot of the ladies. Tisha people ended up copying and pasting Stormy's return policy to her website. And the thing is, they was going back and forth. And I do believe, according to Stormy did give her grace. Stormy said that. Because, baby, many people would have sued you. They would have got on here clowning you. But she did give you grace, Tisha. And you did not even apologize or nothing. And I understand it wasn't your issue. But I'm like, look, you hired a web designer, a website host, whomever. But you had to tell them, look, emulate this look. I want it similar to this person. I want it similar to this company. You had to have some involvement as well as approving the rough draft or the final print. You didn't review it and say, look, this is wrong, this is incorrect, doesn't make sense. Come on, Tisha, you didn't look at none of that and say, I don't agree with this. Like you copied your homegirl and shit, and you didn't even want to apologize and be like, "Hey, sis, I'm sorry. Let me make it out. I make it up to you. Let me buy you a drink. Let me do something." You didn't even do anything. You just doubled down and was like, "Bitch, I'm gonna apologize and keep it moving." And I didn't agree with that. I'm like, that's foul. Like you could at least gave her a little grace. And my thing is with Stormy. Stormy is a young woman. She's from Mississippi like I am. Sis, I see you. I'm a young entrepreneur as well, just trying to get my business off the ground like Stormy as well. Stormy even mentioned she blew up overnight. She created this $1 million business. And she's blowing up overnight things, a lot of orders and stuff like that. Give her flowers. They trying to downplay her. And I think Stormy is probably the most wealthiest person on the show. But they want to downplay her and treat her like garbage, like this ghetto trash. I know Marsal made a comment like in regards to when she called him a bitch, was like, well, that's her culture. Like you're trying to allude or trying to say that she's ghetto or trash or not astute with certain stuff. That's what you were trying to do. And I'm like, no, that's not cool. Give this young black woman, this young black entrepreneur her flowers while she's here. She's doing the damn thing. And at least y'all can say, well, damn, sis, I may not like it, but at least you're getting your business together. At least you're creating wealth. At least you're creating jobs for black people, your family. Like, at least you're doing your thing. Stormy has even mentioned, and she's built her business from the ground up. Like, she's nurtured it like a plant, like, a home that she's building the foundation on up. least give this woman her flowers. At least treat her like with some respect. She's been in Forbes. And a lot of things. Don't try to downplay her success and treat her like garbage when that's not the case. Because I guarantee you, baby, y'all have lawsuits at the lawsuits. Stormy doing her thing, and I applaud that young black sister for doing her thing. So I want to say that. Then during the reunion, y'all, they get into fake orgasms, right? Melody said that she has never had a orgasm with Martell, and Martell was like, "No, I got to hook at a curve." But I'm like, a woman anatomy is different from a man, and a lot of women that I know, they have to be wired mentally. Like, you just can't be going through stuff and just shoving an object inside me, and and want me to have this type of aura or this type of feeling or exude a certain type of confidence. Excuse me. If I'm not feeling you a certain way, if things are going array, if you're cheating, you're being infidelity, abuse, or things are going on in the household, we can't romantically be together. We can't be yoked that way. So I don't think he understood that. My thing is, I adore Melody. Do I think that she sends a lot of shots or maybe underhandedly? Some subliminal shots. But I adore Melody. And my thing is with Martell, I'm not trying to come on Martell. I'm a black man like Martell is as well. But I want to say this. I think Martell lucked up. He found him a gem in Melody. He found him a young black woman that was doing her thing, that was ambitious and driven. This man, they have 4 children together. He pumped babies into her. I think Melody was a driving force. Martell was a face. Like, he reminds me of a jock, like in high school. He has a nice, handsome face, a nice physique. He's very buff, muscular, takes care of his body. Nonetheless, he doesn't have anything going on. Behind those eyes, it's just blank. Melody was a driving force. She was the one that was connected to stuff. She was the one holding organizations, creating business plans, doing the hard work. She was a muscle. He was a face. He was a face. Nonetheless, she was a muscle behind everything. She was the one that was creating the wealth. And I see that a lot with a lot of men. They hide behind a beautiful face, and those men have access to type of women like Melody. Beautiful, smart, intelligent women. Nonetheless, the men ain't about shit. I hate to say this. They ain't about anything. They don't have anything going. They just have the outer shell, nice face, nice body. Nonetheless, what they doing elsewise is nothing. He was being a dog. He was cheating, fucking, well, not sucking. But he was a dog. He was doing whatever. And I want to say this as well during the reunion. Martell, he appears to be a great father. I'll give him that. But he was a horrible husband. And sometimes his character shows in the way that in which he treats Melody and some of the things that he says, right, in regards to her and and some of the cast members, right? Their type of energy. I'm a gay man. I'm part of the rainbow. In my opinion, not trying to come at him, much respect to you, Martell. He gives off a lot of feminine energy. He doesn't give off a male that's masculine. Even some of the castmates, they don't give off men of masculinity. It's all a lot of feminine energy, and I believe that you should have a balance. Like I have a balance. I might have more feminine or masculine or whatever. But I feel like with him, he gives off a lot of feminine energy, like the temper tantrums, the this or that, going out, storming out. And my thing is, Melody gave you grace. She didn't require alimony, child support, none of that. She's raising the children. She's trying to be amicable with you in regards to making sure that it's a better life for you as well as her and the babies. But his energy gives off very feminine energy. I don't see a lot of masculine energy, which is nothing wrong with that because it doesn't define you as being a man or your masculinehood. It doesn't define that. But I'm just saying, in regards to me just being a viewer or spectator, he gives off a lot of feminine energy. He just does. A couple of the men do. I don't see masculinity with them. I see they have a lot of influx of feminine energy. A lot of a lot of that. Not masculinity. Not a lot of testosterone. I don't see that. So I just want to put that out there. Like I mentioned, and then to go back to the read, Stormy did call Marsal a bitch. Marsal, baby, you and everybody's business. I like Marsal. Marsal reminds me a little bit of me, a little bit. He has a dry humor, but he's in everybody's business, not like I am. But it kills me. They want to talk about the gay community, a lot of gay males, but you have a lot of these heterosexual men and a lot of business, female business, a lot of business in regards to the cast. Marsal is in a lot of business. I'm sure you have a lot of business ventures that you could be doing and a lot of things that could pertain to you and your family or help or stop or hinder certain stuff. But you are involved in a lot or intertwined with a lot of stuff. And I got why Stormy was like, you act like a bitch, nigga. I'ma call you a bitch. You in a lot of bitch business, a lot of bitch faces. You in bitch business, so I'ma call you a bitch. You act like a bitch, I'ma call you a bitch. So I get Stormy's perception. Like, Stormy is my favorite. I'm sorry. Stormy, Mississippi, young entrepreneur. I feel like I could hang out with her, have drinks. I would relate to Stormy and want to hang out with her more than anybody on the cast. Her melody will be my two. But like, yeah, like I could get that. Like, yeah. And then Kiki came on there. That's Kiki is Tisha's cousin. And she was sort of Melody sort of brought her on. She was, hang with Melody or come to events. She talked about a little bit about her and Tisha were, extremely close. They're cousins, almost like sisters. They started getting into it. Tisha was pointing out, look, baby, now she's on morphine. She had a pill addiction, which I can understand. Opioid addiction is nothing to take lightly. It's very serious in our community, the white community, the world completely. But Tisha wanted to throw that out there, and she's on methadone. She's just trying to get clean and do her things. But according to Kiki, she hasn't had any type of overdose in a couple of years. So she's been on the straight and narrow. But I didn't like what Tisha tried to point that out. And I like Tisha. I think Tisha is a smart, intelligent black woman, but I just feel like she's trying to hinder, not hinder, she's trying to hide behind a man. And my thing is, look, I'm the oldest of six. I have four sisters, a brother. I always teach my sisters, never depend on a man. At least have your income, at least have your career, at least have your independence. Because when that man leaves, then what are you left with? Nothing. Because he's going to go on to a younger woman, maybe a more enticing, more appealing, beautiful woman, and then you're left with nothing. So at least have your ducks in a row. And I like Tisha, but I just think that I wish that she would just focus more on her and her family. Like, I feel like Marceau just wants it to be a little, like, I like Marceau, but he's a little bit controlling. Like, he doesn't want her to go out and venture. He just wants her to focus on the family aspect, which a lot of times that means, look, you can't do shit, just focus on the kids, and that's it. Cooking, cleaning, and the kids while he's doing whatever. But there were also allegations in regards to Marceau cheating. Do I believe that? I believe, yeah, some hanky-panky, according to me, being a spectator, just, my opinion. Do I think that he was doing some things out there that was not appropriate? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like with Tisha, she seems like she's not bothered. Like, it's so sad. I feel like we live in a black male worshiping society where a lot of women do not care as long as they have a man. Where black males, we are the prize, which to me it should be the other way around. The black women should be the prize. We should try to win them over. We should try to appease them. We should try to make them happy. But in this society, it's like people are trying to make us happy, women. And to me, the roles are sort of like reversed to where women have to support us, make us happy. We don't have to try to do anything special to them to garner any type of support, any type of nothing. They have to do for us, which is crazy. But I just feel like we live in that type of society to where women like don't really have a lot of say so. Like I'm from down south as well, to where I've seen things, even in my household, to where people have said, well, men are gonna cheat. Just tell women just to deal with it. And it's so sad that many of us have been reared to think that men are going to do whatever. A woman just has to sit there, take it, do whatever, and deal with the infidelity, deal with the, maybe verbal abuse or physical abuse or whatever it is. But we've been trained and conditioned. A man is going to do what a man is going to do. It's nothing you could do to stop that. But I think that it's so sad that we've been conditioned to think that way, that a man is going to do what he's going to do. And I just think, it's very sad. And I was so grateful that Mel got out of it. She saw like her worth. And my thing is too, like I'm gonna go back to that Mel and Martell thing, right? I don't even think that Martell wants Mel. I just think that Mel is access. She's access to money. She's access to fame, fortune. She's access to people. She is a hardworking woman. And some of us, like some men, Martell might be lackluster. He's very handsome. He has a great outer appearance. But inside, he could be empty. He know this woman's going to hustle and bustle. I could depend on her. She's going to put shit together. All I have to do is come on, show up and show out. She has everything planned, put together, so I don't have to do much. I don't have to do anything. Just sit there and look handsome and presentable. And she's going to make sure everything is cool. And I just think that that's his issue. Like, he doesn't have that woman to hide behind. He doesn't have that warm bed. He doesn't have that woman to take care of the children. Like in the household, cook, clean, none of that. He doesn't have the woman to do business because she was, I think she's over a lot of like the companies that they had. I think her name was on a lot of things. He doesn't have that anymore. So he would have to put initiative into doing it himself or finding another woman that's like Mel. But Mel is a go-getter and I respect that about her. I respect it about her. She's doing her thing. But yeah, this is just part one or two of the reunion, y'all. I enjoyed it. I just think that it's very good. I'm trying to get back into TV shows and stuff like that, but I just think that it's good. Oh, and I want to speak on Kimmy and what's his name? Maurice. Kimmy, I'm so glad that you are doing well. You finished your chemo. I'm so glad. God be the grace. I'm so glad that you're doing well. With Kimmy and Maurice, I feel like Kimmy is a little bit more mature and she has a little age on Maurice, right? And I just feel like the same way that you got him is the same way that you could lose him. To be like, for some women, they could be so eager to have a man. I'm not saying that that's your case, Kimmy, but they could be so eager to just get a man that they could just do whatever. They will allow themselves to be sexual jumping boards or whatever, sexual trampoline, sexual whatever. That they could just allow anything without having any type of restraints or any type of regards that whatever this man wants sexually, that's what I'm going to do. But when you get a man like that, he's a little younger than you. You have some age. And then on the show, you're going through chemo treatment. All this man can think about is sex. Like, that's crazy to me. Sex should be the last thing on his mind. And the thing is, if my wife can't perform, I'm sure she can't. Why even pressure her sexually to even want to do stuff? Why even approach her with that type of rhetoric? Why not please yourself? Like, your moment should be in regards to what can I do for my wife? What can I do for her? How can I please her opposed to how can she please me? And it's saying that she's faking stuff just to please you. I think that's crazy, y'all. Like, this male identified world that we live in to where a woman will give her all for a man. And I'm just like, your life is at stake, Kimmy. You're willing to do all this for him? Is he worth it? Like, your health potentially dying just to have sex? Like, some of this stuff is just mind-blowing to where people will allow themselves to just go this route and just be cool with it. Like, sometimes it's just mind-blowing. Like, you okay with that? You didn't check this motherfucker? You didn't say, well, look, I don't agree with that. That's not cool. You putting all this on public TV, on television, for millions of people to view regarding a serious topic, and you worried about humping and dumping? Like, that's crazy. But the same way, no disrespect, Kim, I'm glad that you're doing well, but the same way that you get him is the same way that you losing. Because I was watching the episode prior, and I know that you said that Maurice cut hair. I think he finally, he finished law school. I think he probably passed the bar. But how he was a barber, you got him to come to your house, and it was some issues in regards to that, to where he was either going through a divorce or married or whatever. But I mean, the same way you get him is the same way you lose him. And if you want to rear him in that way with being this sexual bungee cord or whatever, it's going to be hard to keep them in, because you're going to have to always do those type of things. You can't lure them in and then change it at the last minute or at the end. You have to keep continuously doing that type of stuff, which is crazy to me. Like, it's crazy the type of like environment and this male identified society we live in. And as weird as it is, it's a lot of women that are male identified. They're not women or girls. They're pro men. They're pro males. So I mean, they might look like a woman, they might act like a woman, but they're not for women's rights. They're not to say that that's Kimmy, but I'm just saying a lot of women are pro males, pro men. They have that same rhetoric and that same thought process that men we have. Like, this is going to happen this way, that's going to happen this way, this is how you please him, opposed to thinking, what can I do in regards to myself, women, or, you know, my sisters, you know? But comment below, let me know what y'all think. Peace.